The seeds are out for Wimbledon. And guess what? Roger Federer is the 3 seed again, just like last year, and just like the last time Roger Federer won Wimbledon in 2012. And in just about 48 hours, we're going to get the whole draw. But let me tell you, right about now, thinking about that draw, Federer fans around the world are terrified.
What if he has to play Nishikori? Oh my god. Tomas Berdych is coming.
What do you think of that, Mr. Goat? High five. No? Okay. Guys, relax. I tricked you. The title of the video? It's a joke. Roger Federer fears no one. This video is strictly about the players that Roger Federer wouldn't want to face because, let's face it, if Nadal's waiting for him in the final, Fed's going to need a lot of energy saved up for that match. So in this video, we're just going to talk about the guys Federer doesn't want to have to play on the way to the final because he'd waste a little bit of his energy. Now watch me catch a coffee cup from the sky on my strings. Hit the music! That's good. Newsflash. Novak Djokovic won his match this morning against Vasek Popsicle in Eastbourne. That was the first match that Djokovic has played on grass this year, and Djokovic is looking pretty good considering that he's, not played well this year for the most part. I know a lot of people were hoping he would lose early in that match because Popsicle's pretty good on grass. He's a pretty good serve and volley style player. We saw him beat Murray earlier this year. And a lot of fans were hoping that we would see an upset like that again, including my cat, Mr. Goat, who's feeling a little bit better right now, but spent most of the day moping around in bed, depressed that Djokovic won.
Psst, Mr. Goat. Psst. I'm sorry. Don't worry. Federer still looks good.
Don't worry about it, Fedheads. I'm really not too worried about Djokovic at all this year. I mean, even if he makes it to the semifinals or wherever they end up meeting with the seeding this year, we don't know until the draw comes out Friday. The last time Roger Federer won Wimbledon in 2012, he was the 3 seed, and he faced Djokovic in the semifinals and had a win. It was a great win that gave Federer the confidence he took into the final to go on and win that. So, bring it on. We're not worried. But this video is all about the players that people might not think about every day that Federer could meet along the way. So let's get into that. Alright, first off, Feliciano Lopez, the King of Queens. He just won at the Queens Club tournament, and people have been calling him the King of Queens. He's a great player. Let's not forget he also made it to the finals of Stuttgart, the little tournament that we all forget about after Roger Federer lost in his opening round match there a couple weeks ago. So, why is Lopez dangerous for Federer? I mean, he's got the big lefty serve, and honestly, it's kind of like a Federer serve, just a lefty version. He's got great precision on it, can put it anywhere, and he's got good pop on it, and it's a lefty, so it's a weird spin. Awkward to deal with. He also has a really good slice backhand, and he's a lefty, so he's got some Federer-like weapons, but a lefty version, which we know Federer's had trouble with the lefty named Rafa Nadal in the past. So, do I think Lopez can beat Roger Federer at Wimbledon this year? No. But do I think Lopez could take him to a roller coaster 5-set match? Yes. Do we want to see that?
No.
Next up, Marin Cilic. Now, if you guys remember last year, Roger Federer played Cilic in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon, and he was down 2-0 and then pulled off this miraculous comeback. Now that we know his knee was bothering him last year, it makes it even more miraculous. And do we want to see a repeat of that this year? No way. Do I think it definitely would happen? Not necessarily. Federer's playing better this year. He'd probably be able to beat Cilic a little easier. But you never know, and with a serve like Cilic, anything is possible at Wimbledon. So we don't want to see a repeat of that, because arguably, you could say that Federer would have got past Milos Raonic in the semifinals if he didn't have to expend so much energy coming back from 2-0 in that quarterfinal. So let's try to avoid it this year and hope Cilic falls on the Rafa half of the draw. So I just mentioned how Feliciano Lopez was in the finals of Stuttgart and he won in Queens. So 2 really good results on grass this year already. Guess who beat him in the finals of Stuttgart? That would be Luca Pouille, the 23-year-old super talent. I don't know if you guys remember or if you saw the episode, but the last episode of Coffee Break Tennis, episode 4, I talked about how we'd never seen a total package like Roger Federer, a player who's just so good at everything you have to do in tennis. Well, Luca Pouille is kind of like that. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go as far as to say he's Roger Federer, but, I mean, he's got it all. He's pretty good at everything. And just look at what he had to do in the finals of Stuttgart to beat Feliciano Lopez. He was down a set, and he shot off 29 aces to beat Lopez with a pretty close tiebreaker in the second set. That's impressive. Another thing about Luca Pouille is, you guys might not remember this, but last year at Wimbledon, Pouille just barely got in as the 32 seed, and he rode that 32 seed all the way to the quarterfinals. That's right. This guy was relatively unknown last year, and he made it all the way to the Wimbledon quarterfinals. So don't be surprised if he does pretty well again this year. Roger Federer would like to avoid this guy. We don't need to waste too much energy there, right? A final note on Luca Pouille. Look at the guy's coach. Now, when was the last time we saw a coach who had an appearance like this? Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Boom, right there, Roger Federer's coach, Peter Lundgren. And what did it lead to? Da-da-da! A big Wimbledon trophy. So please, Mr. Wimbledon, put Luca Pouille on the Rafa side of the draw. Thanks. Okay, and my last mention of players that Roger Federer would not like to see in his draw for the sake of saving energy for the final. Ivo Karlovic and John Isner. I don't need to say anything else than that. Everyone in the world knows exactly what I'm talking about. Please, Mr. Wimbledon, put those guys on Rafa's side of the draw. And finally, the semifinals. Now, every year, the 1 through 4 seeds, we know that 3 and 4 are going to be in opposite ends of the draw, and we know that 1 and 2 are going to be opposite sides of the draw. But we don't know if 1 plays 3 or 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3, 2 plays 4. We don't know. So, who would Roger Federer like to be his semifinal opponent? It could be Djokovic. It could be the number 1 seed this year, Andy Murray. We don't know yet. We'll find out on Friday. And there's a lot of speculation on who Federer would like to play. My cat, Mr. Goat, always says, please, 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 not Djokovic. Please, 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 put the juice from the tuna can in my cat bowl. And I understand, because after 2014 and 2015, what Federer fan in the world would want to see Djokovic on the Federer side of the draw? And you could argue that Federer's had a lot of success against Andy Murray at the majors, not losing very much. In fact, I can only think of one time he ever lost to Andy Murray at a major, and I know for sure he's never lost to him in a final. But to be honest with you guys, I'm not worried about it. And I don't think Roger Federer is thinking about it either. We'll cross that bridge when we arrive to that bridge.
Did I say that right?
So look for us when the draw comes out on Friday. I will be out here on the Coffee Break Tennis telling you guys all about it. I'm very excited to see this draw. I think this is one of the most exciting, highly anticipated draws that tennis fans have been waiting for a long time. So let's get into a couple tweets and comments. An article actually that I read from tennischannel.com I want to share with you guys before we get out of here today. But first off, I really love this comment from last week's Coffee Break Tennis, CBT number 4, right after Federer won in Halle. Anyways, let's read it. I'll say as a precursor, I was never into the superstition a lot, but after Roger Federer shows up as the 17 seed with 17 majors in his 17th appearance at the Australian Open, and then he wins, I've been buying into this stuff a little bit more. So this one was really interesting. Check this out. Mr. Yoshi Mario wrote, Matt, much appreciated. I was quite intrigued when your title said Halle win signals a Wimbledon win. Interesting statistics to look at from 2007. 2007 Australian Open champion, Roger Federer. 2007 French Open champion, Rafael Nadal. 2007 Wimbledon champion, Roger Federer. 2007 U.S. Open champion, Roger Federer. Fast forward 10 years, and as you guys know, we're halfway there, repeating 2007. 2017, just 10 years later, that same lucky number 7 hanging in there, and we have a chance to see this whole thing replicate itself. I mean, think about it. Federer won the Australian Open. We always say at the U.S. Open that the favorite is the guy who won the Australian Open. I mean, almost always. You at least got to give him a really good chance. And Roger Federer is the favorite. I've heard it everywhere. I mean, Fed deniers Mr. Goat didn't want to miss this part of the show. So, Federer is the favorite at Wimbledon this year, and you would have to say going into the U.S. Open, he'll probably be a favorite, one of the favorites, if not the favorite, especially if he wins Wimbledon. I actually think that Mr. Mario Yoshi's comment has a chance of coming true. Thank you for that comment. It brightened my day, and I know it would brighten the day of all the Fed heads out there. Here's another interesting tidbit for you Fed heads. Joel Drucker has actually been interviewed by Peter Freeman on this channel before, and he's a great writer. He writes tennis, obviously, and he wrote an article recently on tennischannel.com, and I want to read something very interesting from it because a lot of your comments have been on, oh, Federer should hit more topspin on the backhand, he's slicing too much, oh, maybe it's good that he's slicing too much. So Joel Drucker talked about that in his article. Here, let's read that real quick. Slice backhand, a major part of the Federer arsenal. No one in today's game uses underspin more effectively than Roger Federer. According to a story written by Stephanie Miles of Tennis.life, in Federer's 6-1, 6-3 victory over Alex Zverev in the finals of Halle, Fed sliced his backhand 65% of the time. From rally balls and approach shots to drop shots, this shot repeatedly kept Zverev off balance and placed the German in awkward positions. Very fascinating stuff. Some of my favorite tweets from this last couple days I'm going to feature at the end of the video when the outro music plays, so stick around and check out some of those tweets. And like I said, be sure to follow us at Coffee Break Tens. We are going to have so much fun tweeting about Wimbledon for the next couple weeks, so make sure you get on there and follow us. You don't want to miss out on that. Well, that is about it for us, guys. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching Coffee Break Tennis. Make sure to tune in and check us out after that draw comes out on Friday. I'll hope to get a video out Friday night or at least Saturday morning telling you guys what I think about that draw. And hopefully we don't see any of the players we talked about today in Federer's half of the draw. Also, don't forget, if you're a tennis player, we're a tennis instructional channel. Crunch Time Coaching. That's right. Subscribe, comment, like. If you love playing tennis, we're here for you. Our mission is to get people better at tennis, winning more matches, and having a lot more fun on the tennis court. Take it from me, when you play better, life is better, and it's a lot more fun out there. Alright guys, I'm Matt for Coffee Break Tennis and Crunch Time Coaching, and I will see you guys Friday. Whew, that's a big sip, but it's good. Mr. Goat, come on, let's go.